And would you look at that? We are on the internet. I am Dave LeClaire. There is no Justin Pott here today. This is the Technophilia gaming podcast, as we are taking to calling it now, because that way we don't get in trouble with the super mega gods over at Twitch. With me today is James Bruce from the United Kingdom. On the internet. I am Dave LeClaire. There is no
Content today may or may not be 55% gaming related.
Yes, and I may have just broke the very beginning of the stream because I did not have it muted on Twitch, so it played for a second, so there's going to be some weird playing of myself with the video, and it's going to be weird for only a second because I quickly hit the pause button, but everybody should be working now, and we should all be happy, and yeah. So this is the new and may or may not be improved Technophilia podcast. We haven't decided yet if it's improved, but it is new. It may be worse. We don't know. Without Justin, it's hard to say.
It'll probably be about the same though, but without a lot of the boring tech stuff. Let's face it.
Yeah, Justin had some stuff that he liked. I'd say the political tech stuff.
The political stuff, because we really don't care.
Me and James are not exactly the most politically up individuals. We don't really know what's going on. So.
I mean, I am politically opinionated. I'm just not really knowledgeable.
Right, that's the best kind of opinionated. The kind of opinions when you don't actually know what is correct and what isn't. Those are the ultimate in opinions. So, yeah, so we're here, and we're going to start the show off by talking about some games that we've been playing. Maybe at some point I'll have some cool bumper music to play right here, but I don't. So I just want to give you a tease for what might come in the future. And, of course, the game that we need to talk about is the big old Call of Duty, which has been released to all platforms last week, and we've been playing it. James, I think you've probably played more than I have.
I don't know. How much have you been playing?
I think I am...
about an hour a day, maybe.
Well, you've definitely got me beat, because I've had many days that I haven't played it at all. I think I'm in like the level 20 region in the multiplayer.
Okay, I'm about 28, 29, I think.
So you're a little bit ahead of me. So what do you think of the game?
I love it. It is so much better after the fucking disappointment that was Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, that was just... This makes up for all of that lameness. And then some.
I think it's not really up for much debate that Ghosts was not a good game. It was not a terrible game.
That was a big disappointment. No, it was, though. It was really for me. I mean, not so much for you. It was for me because they took away a lot of the stuff that meant that I would get cool stuff for not killing people. If you see what I mean.
And not even that, just the quality of the game itself was not. It just, everything about it, felt like kind of half-assed. But it compared to the previous Call of Duty games, it was definitely bad. But just as an overall, like, it's a video game, it wasn't like a piece of trash. It just wasn't great.
I think I played it for about 10 hours tops and then gave up. And the sad thing is it was the first game I've ever really bought on the PlayStation Network, like through the PlayStation Store, digitally rather than on disc, so I couldn't return it, which really sucks. So, Advanced Warfare, the biggest thing for me, right, is that they've brought back reward streaks for support roles, which, for things like capturing flags, that all counts towards your score now, which it didn't before. I mean, it counted towards your score, but not towards the kill streak thing. Kill streaks were strictly for kills only in Call of Duty Ghosts, which really pissed me off because I would never get anything cool like that, right?
And on top of that, you can also make it so that they persist between lives.
Yes.
So that if you're not like beast mode guy that gets 20 kills and then dies, if you're the kind of player who goes out, gets like 2 kills and dies, you never actually get a kill streak. But this way It'll take longer to get them, but at least you will get them, so you can feel like you're at least contributing a little more.
So I have mine decked out with like a UAV and a supply drop thing, and I'll usually get maybe 2 of each in a good game, which is not bad. I think playing with them on the support style thing where they persist. I mean, I'm not that great, but at least I get points for capturing locations and stuff, right?
That is true.
What else? So the burn cards, supply drops.
I think those are kind of underwhelming. I don't get very excited when I get one, when I get a stupid helmet that I can use for 2 minutes or whatever. Like I don't really, I don't
Okay, are
know.
you playing the Call of Duty video in the background?
I'm trying, but it's being broken. So
You
just
suck. You
keep
suck so
talking, and
much.
it worked fine
Oh
before,
yeah.
and now it is being broken. So
So I mean, obviously, like these are ripped straight out of Titanfall, and that's I kind of felt like once Titanfall had done it, every game, every first-person shooter from now on would do that as well, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's a bit unoriginal, but I mean, I like it. You do get some cool stuff sometimes, and it's not like you get overpowered guns. You get kind of tweaked guns that are a little bit better in one respect, but a little bit worse in another. You never get one that's just totally better in every aspect. Um,
yeah, it's like
and
it's a trade-off. You lose one thing and you gain one thing, so you kind of get a little
yeah,
bit of a mixed
and
bag.
the other stuff it gives you is more visual stuff, like a new pair of pants, which sounds kind of stupid, and most of them are stupid. But occasionally you'll get like a nice bright blue one or something. It looks kind of cool. It does actually make your character look different to absolutely everyone else, which it didn't before.
I just don't quite understand the whole, like, why you get this helmet for 20 minutes and then the helmet is gone. Like, why do I
Yeah,
want a helmet for? Why even bother to equip it? I don't. I can't even see the helmet because it's a first-person game. So
yeah.
the
I've
only
only had
people,
one of those.
the only people who see
Um,
it, it's that blood helmet, right? I always get that
yeah, the blood
stupid blood
helmet.
helmet. What is the deal with that thing? Why do they keep giving me that stupid helmet? I don't want it.
It's literally just a helmet, right? Like, who cares?
Yeah, that pretty much seems to be the case. It is just a
I mean,
helmet.
yes, it looks cool, but seriously, only for 30 minutes? Like, who thought of that?
Yeah, I don't really know what the deal with that is, but I mean, I guess it's supposed. If it was like, I think it would be cooler if they gave you like a powerful gun for one match. Like that would be cool because I'd be like, oh, I got this sweet gun. Sure, I can only use it for one match,
Eh,
but man, this gun is awesome. It's more like the burn cards from Titanfall.
that would be kind of unbalanced, though.
I don't know. Titanfall gave you like a what, or not even. All right, fine, not one match. What about the Titanfall one life? You get the amped, whatever gun, and it's more powerful for one life. By the way, I fixed the YouTube video. It's playing in the background now.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I find this a whole supply drop mechanic to be underwhelming. I don't really care very much. It's kind of just whatever.
okay. I feel like they've balanced the kill streaks a lot more, too. So, like, before the attack helicopters or whatever, they seem to last forever and they would just gun down your entire team multiple times. This time it seems like there's a lot less autonomous killing that goes on. Like, even with the turrets, you have to actually control them, and with the helicopters, they don't stick around for that long. So it seems to me like the kill streaks have definitely been balanced out a lot more.
Yeah, none of them feel particularly powerful now. They're kind of, they
Yeah,
all they feel like, okay, I got something cool. Like I'll get 2-3 kills and then I'll move on. But at
right.
most 2 or 3 kills. Whereas yeah, before there was some that were just like you would run through the enemy team 6 or 7 times. So yeah, that definitely seems like a nice adjustment. And then there's
I,
also like back to the visual stuff. I mean, there, as you guys can see, actually happening in the background right now. There's all kinds of visual things, not just the limited time ones. I mean, you can change everything about the look of your character from you, which is, I think they're kind of trying to capture that Dota and League of Legends thing where people it's all about like, oh, I got this set for my guy, making him look cool. So I mean, it just kind of gives you something else to shoot for, I think. Just I don't like them in the supply drops. I like them the ones you get permanently, not the stupid temporary thing. I think those are dumb. But the permanent ones, I think it's cool.
did they did they take out big team games from Ghosts? I think they did.
No, Ghost had ground war mode in it.
Did it?
Yeah, we even played it, and then I bitched because I hate it. I hate the
Ah,
I
I'm
hate
sure
the
they,
big
they took it
teams.
out. I can't remember though. I'm giving
I'm,
up on that.
I don't know 100% for sure, but I'm almost 99% sure that we played that crap at some point, and I'm sure, and I was bitching and saying I hate this mode.
Whereas it's the only mode I'll play because I find the other modes just kind of lonely. I mean, who wants to play seriously with six per team?
That's what I prefer to play.
I'm
So
I'm coming from from back in the day of 64-player Battlefield and stuff. I don't want to play 6-person per team. That sucks.
Well, I used to be a big Battlefield 2 guy, and I did play the 32 on 32. But I still think the way the Call of Duty maps are built, they're built for 6 on 6, I think, and it just doesn't work well to me on bigger modes. But have you played the single player at all? I have not touched it.
I played about an hour while I was still waiting for the servers to kind of sort themselves out. I mean, I will. It's just like I usually reserve single player purely for when the main game is broken, when the multiplayer doesn't work, or when my internet's down. I'll pick up the single player and see where I go with that. All right.
Yeah, I have not played a single player Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2. I have not played any of the single players. I played the Modern Warfare 2 because it had that no Russian thing that was real controversial, where you're in the airport, mowing down civilians, and I wanted to see what was the big deal with all that. And then
I remember playing that and then hearing about the controversy afterwards. It was like, okay, whatever.
yeah, I wanted to see what all the hubbaloo was about. And then once I played there to that point, I was like, well, I know these games are pretty short, so I'll just finish it. And I did enjoy it. It's just I'd rather get right into the multiplayer, in spite of the little thing that pops up at the beginning and says like, hey, you sure you want to just jump into the multiplayer? You should play the single player first. And then I'm like, shut up, Call of Duty. I've been playing this game since like 2004. I don't need your tips. Leave me alone. So overall, I would say this is definitely the best Call of Duty game since probably Black Ops, the first Black Ops.
One other thing though, the exosuit abilities are just kind
of.
Oh,
right, we didn't even talk about. That's probably the main crux of what makes this game new. Yeah, so the exosuits, they're basically kind of ripped straight out of Titanfall. Now, I'm not saying they stole it from Titanfall, because this game was probably in development before Titanfall was even a known quantity, since they're doing that 3-year cycle now. But it does feel, it's the same double jump. But they do have like you can double jump and then hit sprint and do a little air dash in any direction. Titanfall didn't really have that. And they don't have the wall running that Titanfall has. So there is some differences, but it's a similar kind of more freedom of movement.
Do you think they had planned to add that in right from the start? Or maybe they just saw Titanfall and thought, that's awesome, let's add that?
I want to believe that this was the plan from the beginning. It is the logical progression for first-person shooters, like, hey, we do this, and then let's add movement. That's kind of the next step. So, but it may be straight ripped from Titanfall. I mean, a lot of people did say that the thing they liked best about Titanfall wasn't actually the Titans, but it was the pilot movement. So, it's possible. It is Activision, after all. Activision does not have any shame when it comes to how, just doing whatever it takes to make money. So if they were going to come in and say, hey, we're going to just do this way, they would totally do it just to make the money. So
do you actually have an exosuit ability set though? The special ones, not the. No, you don't.
No, soon as I get to the point, when I try out a new gun, I mean, I have one at first, because when you first switch to a new gun, there's nothing else to use. But as soon as I get to the point where I can get 3 attachments on my gun, then that's the thing I cut to make room for the extra attachment.
Right.
But
yeah,
I mean, there are things like run faster, or a little cloak for a little bit, to help you kind of hide away.
But I'd rather just have a perk, or like you say, something on my gun. I don't like the problem with these is that they're not on the whole time. You only get a very limited amount of them, so you have to remember to turn them on and off.
Yep.
Which is like, I don't know about you, but I can't multitask that much. Turning them on and off is just annoying.
Yeah, that I definitely don't multitask like that, but I do like the exo abilities that everybody has, just the jumping and stuff like that. Although I still find the level design to be a little restricting. Like, I feel like there's a lot of points where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna double jump up there, and then there's just a random like out of bounds.
And then it says out of bounds, right? What the hell is that?
Yeah, I feel like
it's clearly not out of bounds. I can see it, and I can jump on it. I can
jump there, so yeah, let me go. Like, I feel like Titanfall had way more just like, hey, if you can see it and you can figure out a way to jump there, then fucking jump there. We don't care. So that kind of sucks, but hey, Justin's in the chat room.
That is really, really frustrating, actually.
Everybody says that we're buffering a lot because Twitch sucks, but what are you gonna do? That's Twitch.
Well, I'm not. I'm watching us. I've turned it off in case I'm using all of everyone else's internets. But anyway.
Am
Oh,
am I pushing at too high of a resolution? Could that be the problem? I mean, I think Twitch automatically just downgrades it because we're not a partner anyway.
yeah, I wouldn't try changing it now anyway. So yeah, I found an interesting thing. You seem to have deleted it from the outline. I found an interesting thing about
I didn't
the
delete
actual
anything. Stop making
differences.
stuff up.
The actual differences. Oh, you've moved it. God damn it.
Oh, right. Yes, I moved it.
That was about Call of Duty. Push it back up there. So the differences between Call of Duty running on PS4 hardware and on Xbox One, right? Kind of fascinating. I don't know if you read this, but the way the graphics are handled on each system is really quite distinct. And I assume it's to do with the hardware and not just because they wanted to fuck with our heads, right? So on the Xbox One, the frame rate is locked to 60 frames a second, which means that if there's a lot of on-screen action, the resolution is temporarily scaled back from like 1920 to 1360. I think they said that was the lowest it would go, and that allows you to handle lots of action and stuff. While on the PS4, it's the resolution that's locked and the frames per second that scales back if needed. So it'll drop down to about 47 frames per second, I think is the lowest.
I
Which
much
is
prefer the resolution scaling. I would rather keep the frame
right.
rate.
I mean, especially when there's a lot of action going on screen, you do not want to lose the frame rate. You can afford to lose a bit of the resolution because who the hell cares, right?
Yeah,
But that's kind of cool.
I feel like for my money, I find that frame rate drops are more noticeable and more jarring than I don't even think I've seen a resolution drop, or if I have, I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, no, I haven't noticed.
Yeah, that's weird, but I guess I don't know. I don't know why it worked that way. That seems like an
Yeah, it
odd.
seems like an odd choice to do that way on one and the other way on the other.
Yeah,
But
that
it
definitely is
is
weird.
so buttery smooth and it does look gorgeous.
It is so far I would say one of the best looking next gen games so far. Well,
Do
current
you think
gen, whatever you want
do
to
you think
call
this
it.
is about as good as it gets though? I mean, they seem to be
Nah.
pushing it pretty hard.
Nah, they'll figure out more ways to optimize stuff. There was I remember
Honestly, I mean the hardware isn't changing.
yeah, but like think about like when Oblivion came out for the 360 and everybody was like, "Oh my god, this looks so good. I can't believe how good this game looks." And then Skyrim came out from the same company on the same platform and it looks completely a million times better. So,
I
I think
actually don't know what Oblivion looked like on the Xbox
well,
360.
if you go back and look at it, it looks like freaking ass, but at the time it looked amazing. It looks like a different
Really?
console generation, but it's just a matter of Bethesda had more time to practice and they figured out how to optimize everything better.
Ha.
So that is Call of Duty. We've been playing it, and we will probably continue to play it. And in fact, I feel like we should probably play it at some point on this very Twitch channel together and let people watch
We can
us
do that.
talk shit to each other for the funness of us talking shit. Because who doesn't love talking shit, right? It's one of my favorite pastimes. So we should try to figure out a time maybe to do that. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, you may have noticed it in the title. We have a Steam code to give away for Retro City Rampage DX, which is a re-release of the independent game Retro City Rampage. And I don't know how we're going to give it away yet, but at some point during this show, we are going to give it away. And you are going to be the lucky recipients of this. And that'll be cool. So keep your eyes
That
on the show for that.
that looks like the kind of game I would really hate.
Yeah, I think it's like a kind of like a GTA and like but in old school
Yeah, it
looking.
looks like the original GTA,
Yeah.
only worse, if that's possible.
It's a very well liked game by a lot of people. Ben from Make Use Of is going to be reviewing the re-release, and the developer sent us an extra code, so I was like, hey, we're going to give it away because we got nothing else to do with it. So yeah, we'll figure
Sweet.
something out, and then I'll message whoever wins it on the Twitches, and they will get it. So if you are watching the show and you are not logged into a Twitch account, you do need to have a Twitch account and be logged in order for me to give you that code. All right, so Next game, real quick, I want to talk about is this game called Gang Beasts, which if you are a fan of Giant Bomb's video content, you will have most certainly seen them playing it, because it is one of those nonsensical local co-op kind of games, and it is freaking weird, but I love
Well, this
it.
looks stupid.
It is stupid. It is massively, massively stupid, but in the best way possible, it is stupid. And in fact, thanks to the magic of the internet, I can show you guys Gang Beasts. Maybe I
Show us it.
can't. Maybe I can't because for some reason it's not working again. What is wrong with this thing?
God damn it, Dave.
James Bruce, I blame you. There we go. Wait, nope. I blame you for this.
Oh, I pity everyone listening to this on radio.
I pity them as well, but that's okay. We're still figuring this new stuff out.
It's their fault for watching the radio. No, that's what. Wait, no, it's their fault. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I never know what you mean, James. So that's pretty standard. But anyway, so Gang Beasts is a game where four people all fight with weird kind of left bumper, right bumper controls to punch and hold. And the idea is to just flail your arms around until you knock the person that you're fighting unconscious. And eventually, when they are out, you can throw them out of whatever play area that you are in. And then they will die a sad, painful death. And that's very entertaining.
They all look like Morph, the little plasticine guy from that art show. That could have been a British thing. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I literally have no concept of what you were speaking of, but
Someone back me up here.
it sounds like something that you would like because you are James. And yeah, so I love Gang Beasts. I played it with my stepbrother and his wife and stuff when I was down visiting him, and we all had a grand old time playing it. So you should check it out. It's you can get it on Steam in early access for like $20, or you can get it on the IndieDB website for $0, and $0 is a good price to pay for stuff. So you can actually just go download the latest build and try it out without having to pay. So you should totally do that. And that's it.
Chat room is admiring my board game collection, which I deliberately moved out here. That's awesome.
It just so happened to be here.
Carcassonne, Manhattan Project, Agricola, Ticket to Ride, the whole series of Zombicide games. Yeah.
Boom.
You know what? We should get some more people on and play some Catan online. I feel like that would be awesome.
That seems like something that could be possible to be done at some point in time.
Something which would involve lots of swearing as I demand you give me your wood.
I'm not giving you my wood. You stay away from my wood, son.
I'll give you my sheep if you give me your wood.
I'll consider your offer, but I can't make any promises. Man,
hey, we have some regular news.
We do have some. So for those of you who are fans of the older format of Technophilia, where we don't just talk about video games, this Technophilia will also feature some non-video game talk. So you guys may have seen a pretty strange YouTube commercial, I guess we'll call it, for a device called the Amazon Echo, which is basically a giant Siri penis-shaped device that you talk to, and it does stuff like look up Wikipedia article. Yeah, right.
Put it back on in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying here.
So this basically came out of nowhere.
Oh shit! It's working now.
Like we've had Siri and Android's Google Now and that for ages, but Amazon just came out of nowhere with this artificially intelligent home device thing, which is always listening, and it like responds to Alexa by default, which is its name for some reason, and basically it can play music. It can manage your shopping list for you. How very convenient, obviously. It can answer questions. It's pretty much the same as what Siri does. But that's only kind of from the start. I'm hoping it's going to have a lot more smart home features as well, like being able to turn off your lights and unlock the door or whatever. So yeah, I have no idea where this came from, but it's $200 for non-Prime customers, or $100 if you are a Prime member. And I'm guessing it's basically just a way to sell more things.
Oh, I'm sure that's the end goal there. Is let's sell stuff to people who like stuff. People like stuff, right?
But I don't want to be that skeptical because Amazon has been trying really hard with its hardware lately. Although it's had a couple of complete misses. It's had like what did it bring out? The Fire Phone. That was a complete disaster. Where they tried to lock people into the Amazon store. That never really worked. So I'm kind of hoping that the Echo turns into something, because at that price point, it really could be a fantastic kind of home hub for managing your smart home stuff.
Yeah, it definitely could be cool, but it just
You may have to
seems...
review it. Can you sign up and sign up to review it, because they won't send me one. I'm in England and it won't work here. Are you a Prime member?
Yeah,
Get it, get it.
it's not a gaming piece of hardware.
I don't care.
Did you
You're
see
gonna...
did you see the thing on someone on Reddit posted a modified
a spoof
commercial?
video? Yeah,
Yeah,
where
that was
they...
pretty funny. How does a woman your age not know how many teaspoons is in a tablespoon? I liked it. It was funny, but it had I was gonna use it for a raffle post on Make Use of, but it has swearing in it, so I was like, I don't know if I should or not. But
I thought I should make one with more swearing. Actually, I feel like there wasn't enough.
at the very beginning, he's the little, what's her name, Alexa?
Alexa, play rock music.
Is it
Fuck
only
off.
answer to Alexa, or can you choose
No,
its
I mean
name?
you can change it. Obviously, you could call it Siri if you really wanted to.
I just, but couldn't everything that this thing does, you could just use your phone to do the same thing?
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they've actually done the speech recognition well, because even Siri isn't that great. So, do they have it in local hardware? I assume not. It's probably going to have to communicate with Amazon.
I mean, supposedly it has the thing where it can, like, it has the, you don't have to speak loudly to it. You just kind of say whatever, and then it does it. So I guess that's, like it could be anywhere in the
Yeah.
room, and it can supposedly pick up the sound, which sounds like another
I
great
have
device to stalk you and give the NSA the information on what you're doing.
I have high hopes for it. Um, I wonder if it literally listens to everything you say, though. So if you even mention like, "Oh my God, we're out of coffee," it might kind of start showing you ads for coffee.
Well, I think you have to. Oh, like you don't know
I
it's
mean, it's
doing
always
this.
listening, obviously.
Right, right,
So it's
right.
maybe it's actually reporting every single thing you say to Amazon.
Maybe Amazon is not shady and they made it so that it only reports when you actually say Alexa. But I doubt it. Why would they do
Yeah,
it
I
anyway?
doubt it. Yeah.
They have no reason to be nice, right? They could just be dicks and do whatever. Yeah. So I mean, it seems all right. I literally don't think I have any interest in having it in my house. But yeah. No, I don't want that in my house. It seems creepy.
I would totally get one.
Uh, I just don't see the use for it. Like people, they're like saying like, oh, like you can read me a Wikipedia article. Like I don't want it to read me a Wikipedia article. That's weird.
Oh, but I do a lot of cooking stuff. You know what? Especially if you're trying to bloody cook American recipes and you're all using like cups and things. I have to look up what a cup is every time because I have no idea. How is it a guy my age doesn't know that, right?
I mean, I don't know a lot of measurements either, so I can't judge you, James. I mean, I would like to judge you, and I usually do judge you, but whoa, I like this new intro video for your DIY projects. And speaking of DIY projects, James, I heard that you
Oh
have
yeah.
a project to tell us about.
Yeah, hey, check out this. You see this? This is so stucking. Look at this. This is stylish, isn't it? Look at that. Can you see that?
I do see
Can you
it.
see that?
That is
Are you seeing that?
that is a cat on your head currently.
That is a Nyan Cat headband. How awesome with that, right? Oh, let me show you what else I've made, right? Let's see. I've got a little a what's it called? A companion cube from Portal.
I see it. I see your
Um,
cube.
I made the wife a little hair bow like this.
Why don't
These
you
are
tell
all
us
the
exactly what this thing is called and stuff?
Shut up! I'm showing you first. I made a little Pokeball. I made a little health potion from Diablo. How good is that?
If
Very nice.
you guys can see James's wife in the background wearing cat ears right now. So
Hey, do you know what this is?
that is that Grimace?
It's the dude from Day of the Tentacle, the old adventure
Oh,
game.
yeah,
How
yeah,
cool
yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
Look! It's
Uh,
a time lapse video of James making things. Don't you love video? This show is not going to be good for audio people anymore. We could do too. This doing it on Twitch gives me way too much flexibility with the video stuff. If you're
I
not
made
watching
a
the video, you're missing
I
out,
made a little
peeps.
worm. I
I
wanted to make loads of these, like guys with bazookas and guns and stuff, and then put them on a wall mural when we move. That would be awesome. And I made some coasters, little Mario mushrooms. So they're so awesome, right? Basically, they're made using this thing called hammer beads or perler beads, where they're little plastic tubes, right? You put them on a pegboard, and then you make out your design, and then when you're done, you basically get what is it called? A baking sheet for making cookies and stuff. You put that on top, and then you put the iron over the top of it, and the beads, they kind of melt together, and you get this just kind of cool 8-bit pixel art look to it. So yeah, I posted a big tutorial on how to do those, and I think it's pretty cool. I really like them.
It sounds pretty neat. I have somewhere in my house, I don't know where it is, but I have a Mega Man that was that I bought from like some gaming convention that is made in a similar style to this.
Yeah, you can actually sell them on Etsy and stuff if you want to make a little money on the side.
Yeah.
They're quite popular. I think even Think Geek has the 8-bit hairbow thing.
Well, there you
That's
go.
where we grabbed the design from, I think.
This is what they pay James to do, believe it or not.
I would show you, but I don't have any hair to attach. Yeah, that's not going to work. I've just got nothing to attach it to.
Too bad it's not like the olden days when James Bruce had them flowing locks everywhere.
It looks a lot better on my wife.
Yep. We've seen the video in the background thanks to the magic of the internet. Don't you love the internet? It's a magical tool that just does all kinds of cool
Looks
stuff.
better on her.
So, we are going to talk about some news now that happened in the world of the gaming of the videos. So, Assassin's Creed came out. Assassin's Creed Unity is the name of the game, and it is jam-packed.
An almighty failure. Sorry.
I guess that's one way to call it. I mean,
That would be the accurate definition.
the review scores have not been great. They've been middling, I suppose you would call it.
I think the best thing I've read about them is that it looks good.
I mean,
That's about the best thing you can say.
it definitely looks good. Very, very pretty. No arguments on that one. But the problem is, it's got some pretty shady microtransactions. Apparently,
Yeah.
pretty bad stuff going on in
Where you
microtransaction
can,
land.
They offer you the option to insta-buy the in-game currency, which I don't know Assassin's Creed. I don't play it, admittedly. I've read the reviews and it sounds crap. But I don't know what you use this in-game currency for. I assume it's just buying better weapons or whatever.
Usually there's like some type of property buying mechanic, like not property, but like you can buy like the stores, like the weapon stores, and then you make a little money off them, and people, you get discounts on the stores too. So stuff like that.
Well, yeah, so it turns out you can buy these in a series of microtransactions starting from like $10 for a small amount of the money, going up to $100 microtransaction. Micro in the loosest of sense, because it costs more than the original game. And you get a bunch of the in-game currency, which is just insane.
Yeah, they were talking about this on the Giant Bomb podcast. Jeff was like, the game's not out yet, so I can't actually see it. He was like, but there's clearly there's you can see where there's options for them to have some pretty shitty microtransactions in there. He's like, I just can't tell if they're actually like, because it's baked into like the whole, like the idea of the game is that like when you're in the animus that lets you go back in time, you're just a regular person in this one, basically in your animus that you can buy in your house. So he's like, I couldn't tell if that whole microtransaction thing is just part of the, like, they're kind of making fun of microtransactions, like by having them pretend microtransactions in the animus, or if they're real. And apparently they're real, so that
Oh yeah, we're gonna put fake microtransactions, huh? No.
Yeah, so It just seems like Ubisoft is really trying their hardest to take over from Activision and EA as like the shittiest company.
Yeah, it's a shame.
They're just doing everything in their possible. Like the other day, they pulled all their games off Steam, and then they quickly like changed their mind on that. I don't know if it was just a mistake where like the games all like got accidentally pulled or something, but yeah, all the
Yeah, because
games
that
were
happens. Yeah.
yeah, all the games were yanked off Steam all of a sudden, and it was super weird. So
But now we know why they embargoed the reviews. Yeah, Sculliman's mentioning it in the chat. So they basically said you can't review it, you can't release the review until about 12 hours after it was actually available for sale. I heard.
that is never a good sign when a game developer decides to
Yeah.
hold back their game until or the reviews until after. That means they want to that same type of thing that happened with Destiny. They held those
It did.
reviews back to the last second because they're like, we have so much hype right now, and we know the reviews might
But
be not the best.
in fairness, that would have been a difficult game to judge properly without a lot of the multiplayer stuff, don't you think?
I mean, there was enough people with early access and critics that they could play it, but yeah, you couldn't see it on the larger scale. But either way, it's never a good sign when they tell you to hold reviews back until after release day, because that just means they're not confident. Like on the opposite side of the spectrum, the new Dragon Age game, Dragon Age Inquisition, which comes out next Tuesday, the review embargo was the 11th, this Tuesday. So they were confident enough to let review scores go up an entire 7 days before the game released. That's it. That's EA knowing that they have a good product on their hands and being like, well, we're fine with that. Go ahead, review it soon. Do our marketing for us, basically.
Scudderman saying Total Biscuit got around it by not using a review copy. Instead, he bought a retail copy and then started slamming it immediately on Twitter when he realized how much was crappy about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure he Total Biscuit does not want to hold back his true feelings as they were. He does
Do we
not
have a review planned? Are we going to review it or
of Assassin's Creed?
This...
No, Ubisoft didn't want to give us they didn't want to give us copy. They don't want to give us copies of their games because we're not on Metacritic, and apparently.
Wait, we only review stuff that's free now?
Yes. Well, we tried.
Oh.
We only not free. We only review stuff that we can get before release day.
Oh.
To try to get the reviews.
I thought you were going to say no, we can't review it because it's crap, and that's not in our mission statement.
That's also actually part of it too, but it's more that if we can't get it, at least get the review up as close to release day as possible. We're not going to do it because there's no point. Everybody will move down. But yeah, so the Dragon Age Inquisition game has an 89 on Metacritic. So as you could see, they were very confident, and with good reason they were confident. Now that I'm supposed to be getting a code for today for the Dragon Age game. So we will hopefully have it up on day one on makeusuf.com. Rob is going to be reviewing it. Robert Wiesahan.
Is this first person stuff? I really want to go back to RPGs being in like third person top down isometric. I miss that.
Well, Dragon Age is it's BioWare, so it's basically Mass Effect with dragons and shit.
Is this one not based on D&D? I thought it was.
No, I believe it is their own stuff, their own characters. The first Dragon Age was beloved by everybody. The second Dragon Age was not so beloved by everybody, and it sounds like this one is pretty beloved. They're pretty hard is kind of their pitch, is that they're not an easy game to play. I loved them, and I will be buying this game, but probably not on release because unfortunately it came out after the World of Warcraft expansion that comes out tomorrow, and I will not be playing anything else once that comes out. So you can all look forward to hearing me talk about that next week because that's what I'll be playing.
I kind of want to get this, but I feel like I'm too busy right now, you bastards.
It looks really good, man, the new Dragon Age. I am super...
There are so many good games right now. Why can't you just stagger this lot out a bit?
It's
Come
the
on, guys,
holiday
seriously.
season, man. It's how it works. All the stuff comes out in the holidays. Hey, look at it this way. At least you don't have to play the new Assassin's Creed. No need to run and jump to play that one right away. So
Ouch.
that's a positive.
Hey, Is there an Oculus Rift mode for that? This would convince me.
For Dragon Age?
Dragon Age Oculus Rift hack. Let's see. Dragon Age.
I highly doubt that.
Really? Could be. Could be. No. No.
No.
Well, that sucks.
No.
All right, passing on that.
Yeah, so speaking of things that don't segue at all from what we were just talking about, Blizzard, the company you may be aware of that makes Diablo and StarCraft and the aforementioned World of Warcraft, is making they're making a first-person shooter in the style of, I guess you would say.
Random.
I guess you would say it is. It's like a Team Fortress kind of thing. So it's got that very.
Is it going to be free to play?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Do we not have any news on it?
I have the press release in this thing.
What kind of timescale are we thinking about here? Is this like a releases next month or like a releases in 3 years?
Next year.
Next year.
They've said next year, and they already have like a good amount of stuff like you can see on the game out there. So they do have that.
Is it fantasy or is it future?
No,
what's going on there?
It's like it's hard to.
A bit of both. Maybe?
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it. Is it's a bit of both.
The video I'm looking at now seems kind of like an anime style.
Yeah, it definitely has that kind of look to it. Definitely a little bit of an anime style look going on there. It looks pretty cool though. I'm definitely interested in what
There seems to be a huge range of different kinds of characters. What's going on there?
Yeah, it has a lot. It's like it's got the same type of deal as what's it called? As Team Fortress. So everything is very class based.
Wait, Team Fortress is basically 3 different characters.
Well, that there is more classes, but it's that type of gameplay where like everybody has their particular role. So you have your medics and your basically it's the thing about it is that it's not very Blizzardy. Like it's not what you think of as being a Blizzard type of game.
This is so random.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's very from what I understand is, and there was people talking how it kind of this was remember they were working on that MMO called Titan that no one knew what it was, and then it got canceled.
Yeah.
I guess this is what some of what was left of that. They're using parts of that to make this. So that implies that Titan was a shooter MMO. And instead, they made it a competitive shooter with the same type of stuff. So it seems cool. They have a beta coming in 2015. If you go to playoverwatch.com, you can sign up to possibly be included in the beta. You have to have a BattleNet account. But yeah, I don't know. I'll check it out when it comes out. I mean, if there's one thing Blizzard does is they make good games, so you can be confident that it will at least be good. Whether or not it's...
Are there any technical details on this? Like, is it going to be a big team matches, or is it going to be
6-on-6?
Oh, I hate that.
It's
fuck's sake, people. We have. Do you know what multiplayer? It means not 12 people. It means a lot more than 12 people.
Well, there will be 12 different heroes, like roles to play, and yeah, play 6-on-6. It'll be like capture, defend points kind of gameplay, deliver payloads across the map. I guess there will be 3 maps.
3 maps. You're really selling it to me. Yeah,
that seems weird. 3 maps doesn't seem like enough maps to me, but I don't know. I assume if it's free to play, then they didn't. I don't specifically see any mention in the press release of it being free to play, though. But I
feel like this one could go either way, really. I mean, it could be an absolute storming, awesome game, or it could be a complete failure.
I mean, I'm confident that it will be a good game because it's Blizzard, and they always make good games. But I don't know whether or not it will actually be successful. So, I don't know. Scudderman says you're thinking of massively multiplayer when you're talking about like large amounts of people, but I think what you mean is more like
Well,
Battlefield style.
yeah, I'm thinking because in old school times we used to have LAN matches with like 12 people on a local network. But if you put it online, you can suddenly have a lot more people. I mean, yeah, I think one of the first multiplayer games I actually played was Tribes, which had like 32 players or something. Even the old Unreal Tournament would have, I don't know, 16 people per team, wasn't it?
Something like that. Yeah. I
So
mean,
when we start dropping down to 6 per team on consoles, it just really pissed me off. It's like we should be working towards getting more players, not less.
I don't. It depends on the game to me. I mean, if the game is balanced that way, then I don't have a problem. Like Dota, I feel like the game is not defined. The depth of the game is not necessarily defined by the number of players on the map. Like Dota is 5-on-5, and that is like the deepest multiplayer game, or League of Legends is like the deepest type of multiplayer gameplay that you're gonna get. But it's only five on
No,
five.
it's not.
Oh, it is. The
What if?
the amount of things you have to understand and think about and learn to play those games, and it's not because of the amount of people. It's just because that's the way it's designed, you know. But either way, Overwatch looks like it could be cool. Time will tell if it actually is cool.
There's a couple of good gameplay videos over on Kotaku. I think they're gameplay videos anyway. I mean, they look like it.
The video I'm showing right now is all just like their cinematic nonsense.
Oh, not that one. Click. Which one is it? Here, let me. I'll put this in the chat for people, I guess. It looks like an actual.
Hey, look! Everybody could see this ad for Hanes X-Temp technology. Look at this guy; he's dancing in his underwear. This is quality. Look at this guy. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, look at that package. Fucking
this could be interesting.
Here is a gameplay trailer I'm playing right now. Oh, here we go. This looks like some gameplay happening. Now it's not. Fucking trailers. Show me some. There we go. Look, I saw a little bit of gameplay. He's putting a turret down. I mean, we'll play the beta when it comes out. Maybe we can do a stream of the beta when it comes out. That would be cool. People would probably enjoy watching that.
All right, I think we have a public duty to announce what is probably the most important gaming news of the entire year.
Oh yeah.
Next.
Big time.
And it's basically what we have all been waiting for if you own an Xbox One. And that, Dave, would you like to announce this? I feel like I couldn't do it justice.
I suppose, but I don't know if I have the marketing ability to really spit it properly. But if you guys have been waiting, you guys now can change the background on your Xbox One.
Oh my God! This changes everything.
They're calling one of the most significant Xbox One updates yet.
Are they actually calling it that?
Yeah, but there's other stuff.
Amazing.
There's other stuff in the update that I guess is making it.
Who cares about the other stuff? This is what we really want, right? The ability to change backgrounds. That's what it's been. I every single time I turn on my Xbox, I think, oh my God, I can't even change the background. What am I doing with this system? I should have brought a PlayStation.
It's like, what have I been doing with my life? You know, what have you been
I just
doing?
feel like it's all been a complete waste. This is when they start selling the Xbox One. Seriously.
This might be the move that Microsoft has been waiting for years and years and years.
Probably next month we'll be talking about sales like Xbox 10 times that of PlayStation 4 this month.
It has to happen. It's the only
backwards.
logical. It's the only logical thing to happen, really, at this point. I mean,
Were there any other? Well, obviously they're going to be minor announcements with this. What else does it bring?
they'll have Twitter integrated into the console now. If you like Twitter, that's a thing that they'll have in the thing. You can tweet.
Yeah,
things.
no,
You
no,
don't like,
that's no.
You don't like Twitter? It's Twitterific.
I certainly don't like twatting from my my console controller.
Well, I assume it's more like you can auto tweet things and stuff. You know, like, hey, did this, and then it'll tweet like, I got an achievement.
You know what?
Oh, you
I'm
can share
always
the
looking for-
gameplay clips on Twitter, so that's cool.
I'm always on the lookout for more ways to spam my Twitter feed, actually. So that's probably a good fit. I could turn that on. Tell people what I'm playing and stuff.
It's more looks like to share your videos, so you can share yourself getting owned in Call of Duty.
Oh, that sucks. I never do that.
Well, you get owned a lot though, so you have plenty of videos to share of you getting owned because
No, I
you're.
mean I've literally never taken a video. Why would I do that?
I don't know, to show off what happened. I took a video of once because I had a funny glitch happen, so I took a video of that. I thought it was cool. It's like, hey, that's cool.
Yeah. No,
That's cool.
it's not.
It's cool, brah. That's cool. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then I did it. So what are you gonna do?
Probably not watch it.
Oh, well, you're no fun.
And in other incredibly important and significant news this week, do you like log rides?
Yes. Those
Do
are
you
fun.
like it when aforementioned log rides have a little swivel water gun on the front with which you can shoot targets?
No.
Oh, well, that ruins this. God damn it, Dave.
Well, such as oh my god, I just broke.
Indie developer Pixels of 8 has announced there's a free beta available of a swivel gun log ride edition for Oculus Rift.
Wow,
This
literally
could be the demo that changes everyone's minds about Oculus Rift, I think.
I literally couldn't be less excited about this demo of this Oculus thing, but I'm gonna try to be less excited just for you.
I feel like we've got enough roller coasters for Oculus Rift now.
There's never enough roller coasters. Is there a video of this? I would like to see video of this.
There isn't actually a video of this. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean we have
Maybe
this.
maybe you can find one on YouTube.
I do not see one. Well, that sucked. Fuck you, video.
Oh, that's good. That means I'll take a video. I tell you, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll take a video of it, and then we can put it on the Twitches.
That's,
Oh my god, I can live Twitch it. Is that a thing? That is a thing, isn't it?
That is, in fact, a thing. I finally think I figured out a solution to our YouTube problem.
Oh my god.
I just want you to know that I believe I can quickly put it on and put it off. It kept forgetting the window capture, and I'd have to reset it every time. So now I'm just doing a monitor capture, and I'll just have the video full screen and capture that. Boom. Should solve the problem, hopefully.
Didn't we have a new Humble Bundle like last week? I'm sure we talked about all the crap games that were included with it that time.
Yeah, this one, though, is not a Humble Indie bundle. This one is a Humble Jumbo bundle, which means it includes...
What the hell's the difference?
It includes more... it includes bigger games, not just like tiny little indie games. So like this one, the anchor game is Saints Row the Fourth, which you may have heard of. That's a game that is pretty popular. People like that game, I think. It's pretty good. People tend to enjoy it. So you get that. You get all kinds of stuff, man. All kinds of goodies and toys and fun things to play with.
Most of these still look like indie games. Come on.
No, Insurgency is like a full first-person shooter. It's like one of those very like hardcore first-person shooters. So it's like minimal HUD and stuff like that. Euro Truck Simulator 2. That's a very weird game where you drive a truck. It's popular. Grid 2 is a full like racing game, not like a little cheapo indie racing game. So there's actually some good stuff in there. And in case y'all are too cheap to buy the Humble Bundle, which I imagine that most of you probably are. No, I'm just kidding. That's mean. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt all of your feelings. You get extra copies of Insurgency with the Humble Bundle. So if anybody wants them, I will give them to you. Right now, I'm going to put them in the Twitch chat so you all can have them.
How can you be too cheap to pay what you want?
Well, I don't know. Some people don't want to pay anything. They just don't want to buy stuff, And
It's just
fine.
weird.
That's fine. I mean, if you're, I'm not here to judge you, dog. I'm not here to
No,
judge.
we are, though. We are here to judge. Let's not lie about things.
Boom. There you go. I put a link in the chat to the Twitches. If you want to get a copy of Insurgency, you can get it, and you can play with me if you want on Steam. I don't know why you'd want to play with me.
This Blackguards game looks pretty cool. Must not be an indie game. You ever heard of this? It's a turn-based strategy RPG.
I have not, but I have the bundle, so I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Well, let me know if it looks any good, because the video looks kind of cool. Never heard of it. Blackguards.
I do like a good turn-based strategy RPG, so that seems like something that I would have fun playing. So we'll see. Oh, I mean, you got to pay more than $6.05 to get the Blackguards bundle. But I did the 12 because I've been wanting to get a copy of Saints Row anyway, and I figured this would be the perfect time to get
I
one.
thought you had this one. I'm sure we talked about this on Technophilia like ages ago.
What, Saints Row?
Yeah.
I'm sure we talked about the game at some point. It's a pretty popular game that people have enjoyed for times of life. So yeah, Humble Bundle. That's that.
Saints Row the Third, I think.
Probably. Saints Row the Third is a little better than the fourth, I think. So there you go. Humble Bundle. That's that. Now let's move along to some. We talked about Assassin's Creed and how they're kind of shady and how Ubisoft kind of sucks and all that. So a company that doesn't suck is CD Projekt Red, which is the makers of The Witcher 3. And they have announced that they are going to do 16 DLC packs, which sounds like a lot of DLC, maybe an excessive amount of DLC. But they're doing them all for free. Their co-founder and CEO basically said, like, you know, the way that companies do DLC sucks right now, and it's not cool, and we're going to do it our way.
One of these DLC might be like a hat.
It might be,
but
it might
be
way,
17 different hats.
That's fine, though. They're still not charging for it.
That's not fine. Who gives a crap?
I'm fine with that. You're not fine with it. If it's free, it's free. I'm not going to complain.
17 different hats, all of which are branded with a different popular American brand. Awesome.
You can't. He said, "I'm sure some of them will be that will be actual stuff." You know, it said some of it could be an extra skin or a character, but there also will be actual, like, you know, expansions. Now, again, we'll see how big it actually is, and if they're really like game-changing stuff, or if it's kind of just small tweaks. Time will tell that. But either way. Free is good. I wish more companies would give away free stuff because I like stuff for free. And that's it for the Witcher news this week. So let's talk about mobile games for a second. Just for a second. That's all I want to give mobile games because, you know, they're mobile games. Who cares?
They don't need too long.
Yeah. So the average age of the mobile gamer has decreased by 7 years as more kids and teens grab smartphones, but the average age is actually 27.7 years old.
Which kind of shocked me. I thought when they said the average age had dropped by 7 years, they were going to be like, now it's 7.
Yeah, me too. That
down from 14 or
when
something.
You first added this to the outline, I thought it said the average age of mobile gamers is now 7 years old. So that means before this point, it was in the 30s, which seems...
The average age before was 34, then, I guess. Yeah.
That seems ridiculous to me that it was that young. I mean,
that old.
That old, yeah. That seems crazy, but I mean, it's going to keep going down, too. I mean, like, I wonder if they're factoring in, like kids who play with their mom's phone. You know, like, does that count as a mobile gamer? Like,
of course.
Like my little nephew.
It's not the age of the person who owns the device. It's the age of the person playing it.
But how do they know that?
Well, they get stupid people like me to fill in surveys for money.
I guess, like, my little nephew is playing games on my brother's phone, and he's 5. But, like, how would they know that he's playing games? I guess they're going to know that it's probably not my brother when he's playing, like, Buddy Bear's bullshit block building game or whatever. But
oh, that sounds awesome.
That's not a real game. I just thought the alliteration sounded nice. Buddy Bear's
No, I mean
bullshit
they
blocks.
just do surveys. Presumably, parents are expected to know what their kids are playing or if they are playing.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
think
that's true.
that's.
And as you might expect, another piece of news from this, which is it's not really news, but a piece of information, which is that the top 6% of spenders generate half of the revenue. So that's that whole whale thing they always talk about in the mobile gaming space. Is the whales, the people who spend the most, generate
The idiots who
half.
spend $300 on a single pay-to-win game, right?
Which is why there's $100 in-app purchases in Assassin's Creed, because there's idiots out there
Ugh.
who will buy these giant purchases because they're stupid and they don't know any better. So
I mean, they do know better. I feel like it's kind of an addiction or something. There's something wrong with them.
well, there's no one's going to question there's something wrong with them. I mean, there's clearly something wrong with them. It's just what is wrong with them? That's the
No,
question.
but I mean, I really feel like they're being taken advantage of if you release a free-to-play game and then you just keep giving $10 upgrades or whatever. You know, a lot of people are really susceptible to that. I'm sure that we should be making laws that say you can't do that. That you have limits on gambling spending, for instance. Why wouldn't you have them on mobile games?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Scudderman says he loves Buddy Bear's block building game. You forgot the bullshit block building. Buddy Bear's bullshit block building. God, Scudderman, get it right. Yeah, and that is our last piece of news for this week, and so that is actually going to be the show. We made it through. We got through the first episode without Justin.
I was going to add one thing here. So
God
now that
damn
we
it!
are free of the shackles of make use of, we can do a lot more random shit. And one thing that I thought might be kind of fun is that each week, if you guys in the listener land submit, say, a top 5 you'd like to hear from us. So I mean, remember a little while ago we did like top 5 all-time video games and stuff. That was kind of cool. That gained me back a little bit of my gaming cred. But if you guys can suggest something that we can do a top 5 rundown of, either weird or stupid or as sensible as you like, and if we get more than one suggestion, we'll pick the most interesting sounding one before the show.
Well, or we could just
Then
do the other one in another week. We'll put them in like a bank on a Google Docs.
sure, we could save them all somewhere and then go through them. Doesn't matter if they're stupid or whatever. We'll just we'll see what we get out of them. I thought that might be kind of cool. And Dave, you still need to give away your game.
Yep, that will be one thing we're gonna do. Also, with further on that, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a top 5 list. Like if you just have a certain, not necessarily news, but just like a general topic you would like us to spend more than the quick little news hit on, we can call it like a topic of the week sort of deal. It could be, so if you want us to talk about, sexism in games, we could talk about that. I mean, we're not the most qualified people to talk on that particular subject, but we could. Or if you want to, like James said, you want to talk about our 5 favorite sports games or whatever, we could do that too. So we could pretty much do whatever the hell we want now. I mean, we are in absolute control. The other thing to mention, I guess, let me wrap up the show proper, and then we can talk about this. We'll do a little after show where we talk to the people who are watching live, and we'll give away the game that way. So thank you for watching the new and not improved Technophilia podcast, Technophilia Gaming podcast, as we are going to call it, because that way we won't get banned from Twitch. Make sure to check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Technophilia podcast. Follow us on Twitter at the Technophilia. What is our domain now, James, where people can go?
TechnophiliaPodcast.com. I still need to tweak a few things and put some links on and stuff, but it works if you want to update your feed links to the /feed/MP3 for the MP3 feed, or just technophiliapodcast.com/feed for the iTunes feed.
People on iTunes, will they still do they have to do anything, or do they just get it?
As of last week, I updated the iTunes feed, so it should update for them. It should have switched them back, but it might not have, so
All right.
just check.
I guess it doesn't matter, because if they didn't, they're not hearing this anyway. So
I can always publish this week's one over there as well, just
yeah,
without telling anyone.
yeah. So
Whatever.
leave us a review on iTunes if you like the new show. email. Send. Feel free to send either me or James an email to our make use of emails. You can find them on the about page, dleclaire@makeuseof.com, and
Wait,
tell us.
don't email me unless you're offering me free stuff.
Fine. Email me, dleclaire@makeuseof.com, and tell us what you think of the show without Justin, the changes. If you think there's anything that you would like to see added to the show. Do you think
Or
we
if
need?
you'd like to sponsor us,
if
if you want to give us money, like
that's
cool.
fine too. Give us money. Also, do you guys think that we need more people? Do you think the show is better with just me and James, or do you think the show could use possibly 2 more co-hosts, because we do have people in mind who would fit that role, and you probably know who they are if you think hard enough. And
why don't we bring them on next week and just like see how that goes?
We'll think about it. We'll see.
About it.
We'll see what happens.